When I study carefully the last days of Cleopatra, I realized it was the beginning of a religious act that might end up with her being buried in a temple, and her lost tomb could be found there.
Even though she lived centuries ago, the world has yet to uncover the mysteries that make Cleopatra one of history's most fascinating personalities. Come with us on an extraordinary journey as we venture into the corners of history, revealing the well-guarded secrets of the legendary Cleopatra. From secret romantic affairs to political adventures, we explore 15 hidden truths about the Queen of the Nile and her legacy. We hope you enjoy watching it. Number 15. She played Mark Antony. Cleopatra's artful manipulation of Mark Antony played out as a brilliant tactic. She used charm, intelligence, and political power to secure her influence over one of Rome's most powerful leaders. Their relationship, often shown as a captivating tale of love and deceit, was a finely tuned instrument of power dynamics. Cleopatra recognized the political advantage of aligning herself with Antony, a triumvir of Rome, to safeguard Egypt's autonomy. The queen's legendary allure, wit, and charisma drew Antony into her magnetic orbit. Cleopatra is aware of Antony's vulnerabilities, and she uses that to her advantage by intertwining their personal and political worlds to deepen their connection. The couple's extravagant escapades, like their opulent banquets and lavish gifts, were not merely expressions of love, but calculated moves to bind Antony to her cause. Cleopatra's legendary journey with Antony on the splendid barge on the Cydnus River also showed her opulence and charisma, which left a huge mark on his impressionable mind. The union produced 3 children, further entangling their fates. Cleopatra's manipulation of Antony didn't stop there. She used their children to symbolize their shared legacy and solidified her influence over Antony. As their relationship became the talk of Rome, Octavian, Antony's rival, seized the opportunity to exploit Roman sentiments against such an alliance. Cleopatra's calculated maneuvers inadvertently fueled the flames of political tension, leading to the infamous Battle of Actium in 31 BCE. In the end, Cleopatra played with Antony, blending love and political strategy and ultimately shaping the destiny of Egypt and Rome. Number 14, the illegitimacy of her children. The legitimacy of Cleopatra's children, particularly their fatherhood, has been a subject of historical debate and intrigue. Cleopatra bore 3 children during her tumultuous reign: Ptolemy IV, Philopator Philometor Caesar, nicknamed Caesarion, Alexander Helios, and Cleopatra Selene II. While historical records have proven that Caesarion and Alexander Helios are Julius Caesar and Cleopatra's children, the circumstances surrounding their parentage have raised a few eyebrows. Cleopatra's relationship with Julius Caesar began in 48 BCE, and Caesarion's birth in 47 BCE resulted from this union. However, the lack of concrete evidence and the vagueness of historical accounts have left room for speculation regarding Caesarion's true paternity. After Caesar's assassination in 44 BCE, Cleopatra entered a new relationship with Mark Antony. During their relationship, she gave birth to twins, Alexander Helios and Cleopatra Selene II, in 40 BCE. The relationship between Cleopatra and Mark Antony, while well documented, does not conclusively eliminate doubts about the paternity of the twins. The power dynamics and political issues at the time didn't improve things. Cleopatra strategically presented her children as heirs to Roman and Egyptian legacies, a move she made to ensure their political positions were secured. Did the legendary queen commit paternity fraud? What do you think? Number 13. She aligned herself with the goddess Isis. Cleopatra's alliance with the goddess Isis was not just a religious affiliation, but a calculated and strategic move to strengthen her political power. The goddess Isis was a big deal in Egyptian mythology as a symbol of motherhood, fertility, and magic. Cleopatra recognized the deep-rooted religious sentiments of her Egyptian people with the goddess and cleverly presented herself as the living embodiment of Isis. Cleopatra wanted to strengthen her connection with the Egyptian people by aligning herself with Isis. She wanted them to see her not just as a political ruler, but also as a divine figure. But did her plan work? It did because by aligning herself with the goddess of magic, Cleopatra could tap into her people's cultural and religious identity and earn their loyalty and support. Cleopatra went to great lengths to embody the qualities associated with Isis, adorning herself with symbols and attributes linked to the goddess. Her use of religious symbolism improved her legitimacy as a ruler and contributed to the mystique surrounding her entire persona. Number 12, her legendary beauty regimen. If there was one thing about Cleopatra, she was renowned for her legendary beauty. According to historical records, she had an elaborate beauty regimen that went beyond the boundaries of traditional skincare. Her commitment to maintaining a flawless complexion became the stuff of legends, with historians chronicling her innovative beauty practices. The famed milk and honey bath was at the heart of Cleopatra's beauty routine. She made a concoction of fresh donkey milk and honey, which she believed not only cleansed and nourished her skin, but also possessed anti-aging properties. Another big part of her beauty regimen was using essential oils, especially those obtained from flowers. She had a great preference for rose and jasmine oils. They were her favorite enchanting scents, which she believed also contributed to skin hydration. These oils were often mixed with beeswax to create bespoke beauty creams. Cleopatra's fascination with scents extended to her famous perfumes, made with exotic flowers and spices. Cleopatra turned to the transformative powers of kohl eyeliner, a practice that she inherited from ancient Egyptian traditions to make her eyes look more mesmerizing. This not only defined her eyes, but was believed to shield her against the harsh desert sun. She also embraced her regal elegance by making sophisticated hairstyles adorned with pearls and jewels. Number 11. Her extremely clever political strategies. Cleopatra is usually regarded as one of history's most adept political tacticians. She was an incredible woman who used a brilliant array of strategies to navigate the complex political waters of ancient Egypt. Her intellect and shrewdness were evident in the marriages she orchestrated when she married her younger brothers, Ptolemy the Fertide and Ptolemy the XIV, to secure her position as pharaoh. This allowed her to maintain control while following Egyptian traditions that greatly valued familial ties. Cleopatra's political cleverness extended to her relationships with powerful Roman leaders. Recognizing the political importance of forming a relationship with Rome, she became romantically involved with Julius Caesar. After Caesar's assassination, she partnered with Mark Antony, using their alliance to strengthen her political standing. Cleopatra's political acumen was characterized by her amazing alliances and calculated romances, and her ability to manipulate public perception and cultural symbolism by presenting herself as Isis's reincarnate. Number 10. She wrote a medical treatise. Apart from being a guru in the political world, Cleopatra is also believed to have authored a medical treatise. Unfortunately, this fascinating document was lost to history, but it supposedly contained an astonishing amount of information on medicine and cosmetics. Cleopatra's medical treatise was said to cover a wide array of topics, ranging from herbal remedies to skincare routines, reflecting her commitment to holistic well-being. Her treatise is also rumored to have explored cosmetic techniques, shedding light on the beauty regimens employed by the elite of her time. She emphasized physical appearance and how it aligned with the cultural importance of aesthetics in ancient Egypt. While the treatise itself has not survived the sands of time, its existence is clear evidence of Cleopatra's dedication and desire to contribute to the collective knowledge of her era. To this day, the lost medical treatise is still a mystery that has left historians to wonder about the tons of information that might have been within its pages. Since society at the time was deeply influenced by ancient Egyptian beliefs in the healing properties of natural elements, Cleopatra's insights into herbal medicine would have been highly valued. Number 9. Her fascinating naval fleet. Cleopatra's naval fleet is a testament to her leading prowess and the greatness of Ptolemaic Egypt. She recognized the importance of a formidable navy to safeguard her kingdom and assert her dominance in the Mediterranean. This way, she could easily manage the political challenges and the ever-looming threat of external powers she often faced. Her naval forces were not only astonishingly huge, but they were also technologically advanced for their time. Cleopatra's ships had innovative designs with advanced naval architecture that ensured speed and agility. These ships were not merely instruments of war, but also symbols of Egypt's maritime might, and Cleopatra's commitment to defending her kingdom. Cleopatra used her naval fleet strategically during her alliance with Roman leaders Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. The famed Battle of Actium in 31 BCE witnessed Cleopatra's fleet in action, even though it happened with unfortunate consequences. Despite the eventual defeat, the magnificence of her naval forces left a huge mark on history. Cleopatra's naval endeavors went beyond warfare. She also recognized the economic impact of maritime trade. The main channel for her trade ambitions was the Red Sea, with its access to the Indian Ocean. Number 8. Her magnificent golden ship and banquet. Cleopatra's golden ship and sumptuous banquet are, till today, regarded as legendary symbols of luxury and extravagance. The golden ship was decorated with gold leaf, precious gems, and intricate carvings. The lavish banquets she hosted also fueled the tales of her unparalleled luxury. One of these banquets was the legendary feast that occurred during the visit of the Roman general Mark Antony. Cleopatra, known for her keen political strategies, wanted to captivate Antony with an extravagant display of wealth and entertainment. The banquet hall was said to shimmer with gold and rare jewels, setting the stage for a night of unparalleled indulgence. The pièce de résistance was Cleopatra's bold wager, a bet with Antony that she could host a feast costing 10 million sesterces. In a stroke of brilliance, she dissolved a priceless pearl in a cup of vinegar and drank it, winning the bet. The tales of this ship and banquets passed down from century to century paint a vivid picture of Cleopatra's unparalleled flair for grandeur and her ability to shape perceptions through the sheer magnificence of her lifestyle. Number 7. Cleopatra's impressive economic knowledge. The renowned Queen of Egypt had an impressive grasp of economic matters that contributed to the prosperity of Ptolemaic Egypt during her reign. This exceptional economic knowledge became a major part of her strategic governance. Cleopatra understood the importance of Egypt's rural economy, and to that effect, she implemented policies to enhance agricultural productivity. She ensured a steady influx of revenue into the kingdom by focusing on efficient land management, irrigation systems, and taxation. Cleopatra's economic foresight extended to trade, where she used Egypt's location to build profitable commerce. The control of key trade routes and the exploitation of Egypt's abundant resources like papyrus and grain boosted the kingdom's economic vitality. Cleopatra's initiatives in mining and manufacturing also showed her commitment to economic diversification. Her keen understanding of the economic interplay between production, trade, and taxation allowed her to establish financial stability in the kingdom. Number 6. Her fashion designing skills. While history mainly celebrates Cleopatra for her political prowess and captivating personality, there is a fascinating and relatively unexplored part of her legacy: her hidden skills in fashion design. Apart from being adept at diplomatic finesse and coming up with strategic marriages, Cleopatra also had a keen eye for style that exceeded the confines of her political world. Legend has it that Cleopatra, in addition to her mastery of languages and political authority, had a magnificent talent for envisioning and crafting exquisite garments. The royal court was her canvas, and she was an avant-garde artist. Cleopatra's garments were said to be adorned with delicate embroidery, vibrant colors, and luxurious fabrics from the corners of her great empire. Her unique blend of Greek and Egyptian heritage was subtly reflected in her designs, which were both regal and culturally rich. While her political legacy echoes through the ages, it's intriguing to imagine Cleopatra not just as a formidable queen, but also as a trend-setting designer, whose creations adorned the corridors of power in ancient Egypt. Number 5. She could play the harp and flute perfectly. One ability that Cleopatra possessed but wasn't talked about was her musical talent. She was a gifted musician who exhibited remarkable skill in playing the harp and flute. This lesser-known aspect of her persona added a layer of depth to her multifaceted character. Historical accounts suggest Cleopatra's musical talents were extraordinary, captivating those fortunate to witness her performances. The harp, a symbol of elegance and refinement in ancient Egypt, found an enchanting virtuoso in Cleopatra. Her fingers danced effortlessly across the strings, producing melodies that echoed through the royal chambers. Likewise, her mastery of the flute demonstrated a truly advanced understanding of the deeper aspects of musical expression. Cleopatra's flute playing was said to be hauntingly beautiful, and evoked a range of emotions from her audience. Whether in moments of celebration or introspection, her musical prowess became a big part of her courtly personality. Cleopatra's musical talents served as a source of personal enjoyment and a diplomatic tool. In the grand tapestry of her life, Cleopatra's musical abilities added a touch of artistry to her political skills, solidifying her legacy as not just a queen of strategic brilliance, but also as a patron of the arts. Number 4. Cleopatra's Ancestry. Cleopatra's ancestry traces back to the Ptolemaic dynasty, a line of rulers descended from Ptolemy I, a distinguished general under the legendary Alexander the Great. This extraordinary family, blending Greek and Egyptian heritage, bestowed Cleopatra a unique cultural heritage. Born in 69 BCE, she was born as the product of a family deeply entwined in the complex political landscape of ancient Egypt. Her father, Ptolemy V, and her mother, Cleopatra V Tryphena, played big and incredibly influential roles in shaping the destiny of the young queen. Since the Ptolemaic reign was characterized by its chaotic nature, family members often became entangled in power struggles and political strife. Undeterred, Cleopatra strategically navigated these challenges, using marriage to secure her position as pharaoh. She married her younger brothers, Ptolemy III and Ptolemy XIV, demonstrating the lengths she would go to maintain her grip on the throne. Number 3. She was in Rome when Caesar was killed. Cleopatra's entanglement with Rome reached a critical juncture when her paths crossed with Julius Caesar, the powerful Roman general. Following Caesar's conquest of Egypt in 48 BCE, Cleopatra was inextricably linked to Roman politics. She ended up having an affair with Caesar, resulting in the birth of their son, Caesar. In 46 BCE, Cleopatra accompanied Caesar to Rome, a move that sent shockwaves throughout the Roman Republic. The Egyptian queen stayed in one of Caesar's villas, and while there, she immersed herself in the heart of Roman power. Her presence stirred both fascination and controversy among the Roman elite, contributing to the political turmoil of the time. But the tides of fate shifted dramatically in 44 BCE when Julius Caesar was assassinated on the Ides of March. Cleopatra, who had returned to Egypt by this time, was trying to escape the problems after Julius's death. The power struggle that happened in Rome made her carefully manage her alliances. Despite Caesar's death, Cleopatra's connections with Rome continued as she later formed a relationship with Mark Antony. This relationship would become a defining chapter in her life, sparking a series of events that would shape the destiny of both Cleopatra and the Roman Empire. Number 2. Cleopatra died mysteriously. Cleopatra's death is, till today, shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Historians have asserted that she died by suicide. Still, the circumstances surrounding her death remain a subject of fascination and debate, adding a captivating layer to the tale of this noble queen. The commonly accepted narrative is that when she faced the imminent conquest of Egypt by Octavian, who later became Emperor Augustus, after the Battle of Actium in 31 BCE, Cleopatra chose to end her life rather than face capture and humiliation. According to the accounts of ancient historians like Plutarch, Cleopatra dramatically and mysteriously killed herself by allowing a venomous asp, which was a snake indigenous to the region, to bite her. The exact nature of the snake and the method by which it was brought into Cleopatra's presence is still unclear. Some tales suggest it was concealed in a basket of figs, while others think Cleopatra wore the snake around her wrist as jewelry. Her death allowed Cleopatra to control the narrative, even in her final moments. Number 1. Her tomb has not been found. Even though she died centuries ago, the location of Cleopatra's final resting place is still a mystery. Despite how she lived her magnificent life and the chaotic events surrounding her death in 30 BCE, the exact location of Cleopatra's tomb has still not been discovered through the centuries. Ancient accounts suggest that Cleopatra and Mark Antony were buried together, but the exact location of their tombs remains a tantalizing puzzle. Some historical texts describe a lavish tomb built by her servant Charmian, yet no definitive evidence has surfaced. The passage of time and the transformations of Alexandria, where Cleopatra is presumed to have been laid to rest, makes it extremely difficult for researchers to find her tomb. The city is now marked by natural disasters, urban development and conquests, and has undergone many big changes since Cleopatra supposedly died. Until her tomb is found, Cleopatra's final resting place will remain one of archaeology's most compelling mysteries. We hope you enjoyed every minute of this video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.